Hi, this is Gabriel.
And this is Otto.
And this is the Game and Auto Show. Did you play the game?
No.
I got you that a week ago.
A week ago, it was Sunday.
Yeah, almost a week.
It's Wednesday.
It's almost a week. I don't know.
I haven't had time to play it, but I am going to play it.
That game is phenomenal. I mean, from like all the Batman games that I've played from like way back in Super Nintendo, which you were not born.
I was not born. Yeah.
Since Super Nintendo, all the way back from there to what the Batman games are right now. The Arkham series is definitely my favorite.
So you basically saying that the old Batman games are way better than the new ones?
In certain aspects, like for example, the Arkham series brings a lot of from the comics. It brings characters from the comics that didn't even was taught about whenever they were talking about the movies and series and stuff like that.
They brought characters that wasn't like big.
Yeah, like very, very, like for example, like if you're big into comic books, you would have known those villains and stuff like that. But in the movies, weren't talked about. Like in the movies, they barely talked about Robin, dude. Like and Batgirl. True. Like they didn't talk about anybody else. And then in the series, introduce Batwoman and then introduce other like minor characters, but mainly towards Batwoman and the main villains of DC Comics. But that game, like it brings you Hush, which is unless you're big into comics, you wouldn't know who he was. Yeah. It brings Mad Hatter, so it brings a lot of other characters that
aren't focused really.
In the movies they didn't focus on them.
They make basically like the side characters. They brought it in.
Yeah, like obviously you still have the main story like Scarecrow, Bane, Joker, specifically Joker. So yeah, it's still kind of like it doesn't stray away from who the main villain is, but it also brings those other side villains that it's actually very, very entertaining. And the gameplay, brother, this is another thing. The combat sequence. The combos that you can do, the gadgets.
I haven't played a Batman game, so it's similar to like how the Spider-Man games are.
It's very similar. So I don't know this for a fact. It's not like obvious to me, but based on the gameplay, I could say that the Spider-Man games took a lot from what the Batman game was. Because before that Batman game, there was not a lot of games with a lot of like good battle sequences. Normally you throw a punch and the bad guy just do this number and that was it. Like there was no true reaction or realistic reaction to where the punch or the knee or the kick was going, which in the first Batman game, Arkham Asylum, you start seeing that. Before that, it wasn't very obvious. If they have like a little cinematic cut for like a special hit, then that will make it a little realistic, but your every punch combo wasn't like that.
Like really like visible.
Yeah. And compared to Arkham series, every punch, the animation of whoever is receiving the punch, you can actually see reacting in a realistic way.
So it should like fight impacts and all that.
Yeah.
All right.
So and then the controls kind of change from game to game a little bit, but the story is phenomenal. The gameplay is phenomenal, and there's some Easter eggs here and there. For example, like Calendar Man and all that stuff. There's in the Arkham Knight. It does a lot of reference to Arkham Asylum and things that happen there. And funny enough, you can play that game and actually find those references that they're talking in the last game. Okay. So it's pretty cool how all all three games connect to each other. And then obviously there's references to Arkham City as well in their last game. And you can still see the Batmobile that Batman uses in the Arkham Asylum game. You can still use it on the Arkham Knight game. So yeah, it's very dynamic. And then the wing, even though that is technically not canon because it was done by another producer, Arkham Origins, you can still use that suit. You can still Deathstroke. That's where he appears, and he appears back in Arkham Knight. And so it's very, very interactive. And then the investigative mode and all that good stuff, brother, is another thing.
What's the investigative mode?
So in the detective mode or investigative mode, in the first ones, it was just like finding where the shiny part was whenever you activate that mode. Yeah, literally it was just finding the shiny part. Like sometimes it was a statue, sometimes it was a gate, sometimes it was just a door. If it's shiny, because everything becomes blue. So if it becomes shiny, that's something that you need to get.
All right.
If it was in another color other than green, it was something that you interact with it. If it's green, it's more than likely a Riddler trophy.
And from the Batman games, the ones that we were just talking about, remember when we were talking about like the villains?
Mm-hmm.
Which one of the characters do you think it like really like brings out Batman?
I mean, whenever you think about Batman, you always think about the Joker.
Yeah.
It's kind of like peanut butter and jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Can you put something else with peanut butter? Yeah, you can absolutely can. But same thing with jelly. You can put other stuff. But peanut butter and jelly always goes together. It's the same thing with Batman and the Joker. Every time that you think about Batman, you're gonna think the Joker. And what I liked about it of these games is that the voice of Batman is Kevin Conroy. May he rest in peace. Which, in my opinion, is the best Batman of all time. Not just live action, but just in general. And then the Joker's voice is actually Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. So he in the animated series, the series that I grew up watching, guess who were the voices? Kevin Conroy Batman, and Mark Hamill was the Joker. So it was just like a nostalgic hit.
You recognized it, and that brought you like to connect more with the game.
Yeah, with the story that they were trying to tell, and then the game was just developed so beautifully that So yeah, to answer your question is every time that you think about Batman, you think about the Joker, and majority of the movies, comics, and stuff like that, Joker is the main guy because it's the main antagonist. So yeah.
Aside from Joker, what's another villain?
Another villain that kind of brings the best out of Batman, I would say probably the Riddler. Because a lot of people think Scarecrow, but Scarecrow is just a fear gas. There's nothing too special about that character other than bring the worst fears. But in the Riddler, it interacts with that detective side of Batman, of that critical thinking of Batman. And that actually is the quote-unquote the superpower of Batman.
It brings that side of Batman.
Yeah, it brings that side of like thinking logically. Because there's some riddles that they portray, and I'm like, I have no clue. Like, how am I supposed to know this? And then in the character of Batman, it's like, oh, it's this, and then like, oh, that makes more sense now. And yeah, it's something that Batman in general, quote unquote, is his superpower, is his mind, and that detective side. So, which in originality, actually, I don't know if you didn't know, Batman. In the first appearance of Batman, it wasn't in a Batman comic. It was called Detective Comics.
Detective Comics?
Detective Comics, yes. So, the Riddler kind of brings that detective side of Batman.
If Batman had like a big impact on a lot of people, what else aside from the comics, how did people connect that much with that character? What made the people like get really connected with Batman?
If I had to guess, I would say probably the brought up story. It's the same reason why people connected with Spider-Man. It was a very, very realistic brought up story that anybody can go through, especially in the time frame that this origin story is happening. So it's a very relatable feeling of like, because both of them, your parents are no longer there, and you're raised by another person. And Bruce Wayne's is by his butler of everything else, so not even blood. And then by Peter Parker is his uncles, like
and if people want to get into Batman, where do you recommend them to start?
That's a kind of tricky because Batman goes back to like 40s and 50s,
and I know Batman has like different universes and all that,
and it has different universes, and it has
but which one would be like the ideal one?
Ooh, ideal is kind of a big word. I would say probably, at least my favorite is after the New 52. That's my favorite. So if they're getting into comics, that would be version 2, which they were released between 2010 and 2016-ish. That's my favorite because about that time frame, all the characters that you see in the comics are the same ones that you're seeing in the games.
And definitely starting with comics.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the animated series is also a very good starting point. The animated series, the Cartoon Network did back in the day, it was very, very connected. It was still, in a way, an original story. So it wasn't just like word by word by the comic books, but there was nothing in the series that was contradicting the comic books in general. There are some difference and variations because of the universe that it was playing in, because so that is always play a factor, unfortunately. But yeah, the original animated series back in like 90s, early 2000s, that's still a very good point to watch.
Spider-Man. Let's talk about Spider-Man.
So Spider-Man is a very interesting character, like we talked about in the last video, because he was literally the love child of Stan Lee. But same as Batman, it has plenty of versions of it. You have the Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, which is the most recognizable, just plain Spider-Man. And then you have other type of people that are not Peter Parker, like Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Noir. So there's a lot of versions and stuff like that.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard that Stan Lee got the idea of Spider-Man from a beetle.
That I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a beetle insect, but I know he got it from an insect that wasn't a spider.
That I don't know. I have no clue how he came up. I know that there was another person involved in the creation of Spider-Man. I honestly don't know his name, but it wasn't just Stan Lee. There was another person, but Stan Lee kind of just like developed the character and tried to evolve it. Like that was literally his protected child. Of like, you can mess up with all the other superheroes and villains and characters in Marvel, but you ain't touching Spider-Man without Stan Lee's approval. So yeah, that was very interesting.
He says Stan Lee stated he got an idea for Spider-Man after seeing an insect crawling on a wall.
But does it specify what insect it is?
It just says a fly.
So a fly.
A fly.
So a fly is the insect that he's like, yep, that's gonna be Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was a fly.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Well, I didn't know, but I just forgot the insect.
Yeah, I didn't know that a fly was the thing.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why. When you look at a fly, do you see Spider-Man?
No, but back then they didn't have anything better to do. I mean, like now we have video games and we have all these different universes. So creativity is kind of like you're just ripping off somebody else. That's why.
Isn't there like a villain of a fly?
There's a few villains that are a fly in Marvel and in DC.
Yeah.
Not like just like a regular fly, but like insect wise.
Yeah.
Like because for example in DC you have Firefly, then you also have like the Bee Girl. In Marvel you obviously have Ant-Man as well. So there's a few.
I don't really like how they're going about with Ant-Man.
I never cared about Ant-Man, so it's like meh.
Me too. I wasn't really that interested in it, but I still wanted to see it because it's still part of the.
Yeah, I mean, remember that Ant-Man was a very important part on the Kang Dynasty movie, and that just went to scrap. So now I don't know what they're going to do with Ant-Man, because remember that because of what the problems was with the actor, now they took a different direction. Yeah. So now they're going to Doomsday instead of the Kang War.
Hey, Doomsday's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Van Doom is coming.
This year, right?
No, that's Marvel.
It's this year.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
2026.
I don't know. They have moved that date so many times, so I can't keep track of it.
But we know for sure the Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out.
That is confirmed. That is
confirmed.
That is coming this year. Yes, that is definitely coming this year. Sadie Sink now is gonna be part of the movie. She haven't specified what exactly it is. I really hope that she's
Gwen Stacy.
I really hope that she's Gwen Stacy.
We need a Gwen Stacy with Tom.
Although Gwen Stacy is blonde and she's redhead, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But I really hope that it's not just putting MJ vibes, because it's like Sadie Sink is significantly younger than Tom Holland.
Well, Spider-Woman?
I mean, it could be Spider-Woman.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But I saw the leak trailer. There was a leak trailer. And from what I saw, there's going to be a lot of Spider-Man comic poses.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're trying to steer on. They're trying to go back to like, okay, let's rely a little bit more in the comics. Still original stories, but let's not. Because they've received a lot of fire of people that are like comics freaks and stuff like that. It's like, that's not how it works out. Like, that's just not. You're contradicting what the comics, and the comics have like plenty of years of lore. Because these are not new characters. These are characters that are being established. And even whenever they restart a universe, or a new universe, there's certain characteristics that they kind of stay. And if they change for X, Y, and Z reason, it's normally explained why they changed it. And there was a lot of little things here and there that were like, that's not completely true. And because of that, I think that's the reason why they're trying to be like, okay, let's try to see what is more into the comic books and stuff like that. Still an original story, not copyrighted of.
But they can't really go that much off out of the way of the comic because
Yeah, like don't do like what Star Wars did with the Acolyte and just be completely off of
Yeah.
what the lore is. So yeah, that was mainly.
and plus if they're gonna go off about the comics, they really gotta put attention to what they're gonna put out there.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're gonna make movies and make money out of a comic book character, your first guess should be, or at least your first step, should be read the goddamn comic book. Like, come on now.
I really hope that they whatever villain or whatever they put on the movie is just like on the comics. 'Cause I don't like it when movies try to switch up the characters.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, cause they just want to be so like, oh, we just want to create an original story. It's like that's fine, that's fantastic. We love new stories, but don't change my character, bro. Like
Yes.
I've been following this character for X, Y, and Z reason, and now you want to do A, B, C, D instead of X, Y, and Z. Like
Yes.
that's not how it works.
If you want to build your own character,
Yeah,
fine.
like if
fine.
you want to build a new character based on those criteria, then that would be okay. Like I can get behind that.
Yeah.
But don't take the character that I've been following for years and just change it because you want to do a new story. Like that's just not how it
and
gonna work.
that just brings people away from the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has happened that this has been proven. Like if you grab a character that a lot of people connected because of a certain specific reason, and then you all of a sudden is like, you know what, I'm gonna portray whatever type of agenda I want to do because it's a new story, whatever. But you're still using the characters that have been established. Then it just stir away, and a lot of producers and a lot of like companies have lost millions, not a couple of bucks, no, millions of dollars because they just try to steer away from what that character is, but still using that same character.
If the creator of that character made a comic and the comic went popular on it, and then you're gonna come and grab that character from the comic and you're gonna switch it up, that makes no sense.
No, at that point, just you can make a based character and then just
Yeah.
create your own, and then you just go on your way, and then you just and it will be similar, but it's not that character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's something that unfortunately right now we're just. And you see it more and more now.
It happens.
Like 20 years ago, it wasn't that obvious, but nowadays, brother, it's like
Everywhere.
every other movie is based on a character that has been already established, and you just want to change the story and change the characteristic and change everything of it, but still using that name just to bring people in, and then just people get disappointed and be like, "Yep, I don't want to see this. I don't want to be any part of it."
Yeah, especially, and that's been going a lot with Disney.
Yeah,
Disney.
Disney have been failing about that.
About that. Why don't stick with what we already have?
Yeah, or try to stay with authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Like if the character is from Scandinavia,
People
right?
rather-
Then go and see what Scandinavians looks like, and grab a Scandinavian person.
People want something that not just new, but sometimes they also want something that we already have, and just bring it out,
Shit.
like live action.
Yeah, like whenever they did Beauty and the Beast, right? That live action, I loved it just because of the fact that they use Emma Watson for Belle, which characteristically it was very similar. The only difference is that the story is technically in France, and Emma Watson is British. But
We can go by-
but very close. You
Very
know what I'm
close,
saying?
yeah.
Whenever they did, like for example, Ariel, yeah, like the Little Mermaid.
Oh,
Yeah, brother, that was a fiasco, and not because the actress is untalented. She's beautiful. She's extremely talented, and I think that if they would have, created a new character with her, I think it would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
But why did you give Ariel character to her? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like your misrepresentation of both cultures. So it's something that a lot of people are steering away from it.
And couldn't really connect with it.
No, because
They're like, that's not my Ariel.
yeah, it's something that you cannot connect because it's not authentic. And again, the actors didn't do a bad job. It's like what we were talking about on the other video is that they're just doing their job. You know what I'm
they're just
saying?
doing their job,
That's a creative of higher ups decision. In this case, the casting. The same thing with Snape and in Harry Potter series. Like why? Like if you given that actor, which again talented actor, to anybody else, like Adam Driver would have been my pick for Snape. Or like what is this guy's Tom? The one that played Loki. he has made like impersonations of like not impersonations, impressions of Alan Rickman, who is the Severus Snape in the movies, and he's spot on. Same thing with Adam Driver. Like Adam Driver is literally he resembles so much to Alan Rickman. Not only that, but whenever you read the book and J.K. Rowling is describing Snape, you can see that Adam Driver fits that
We got
explanation.
people. We got people.
We got people. That's what I'm saying. But for some reason, these companies,
The people that are like all
yeah,
out there.
these companies and these casting people, they just want to misappropriate that culture.
Are they like old people or young?
No, some of them are pretty young.
Yeah.
Some of them are like in their 30s and 40s. So like still young, relatable people.
And I'm guessing like if they're working there, they probably grew up with those series.
Yeah, that
makes no sense.
And that's what it makes no
It
sense,
makes
because
no
it's like,
sense.
why you're trying to damage something that you grew up watching?
Yes.
Like, why?
And you work there.
Yeah, and you have the power to make the decision, and yet you're just like, you know what? Let's screw it up. Let's screw this for everybody else. It's like, why? Why would you do that? Like, it makes no logical sense on why would you do that. And people will tell me like, oh, it's because of characters and representation, all that stuff. Like, yes, I'm all behind that. I love that Miles Morales is Puerto Rican, but guess what? He's Puerto Rican. And if they decide to bring it to live action, you better bring me somebody that has some Puerto Rican roots, brother.
Just stick with the
Yeah, with the description of the character. If you want to change that for X, Y, and Z reason, you better bring me an explanation why.
Yeah.
Not just because. And then just don't use that same character that has been described that is plainly this X, Y, and Z way. Just push your personal beliefs. Like, that's not how it works. Disney is the one that has made most of those errors. And they keep getting burnt over and over and over and over again.
and they're losing money.
Yeah, they're losing millions.
They're losing millions.
Millions of dollars.
And if they keep going like that,
Yeah. Like, did you see Snow White?
yeah.
You actually watched it?
No, but I saw like on TikTok and all that.
Yeah, like, you know that they invested like $220 million on it. You know how much that movie generated? Like 100 and something. So they lost money
They lost money.
because they kept doing that. And this is not the first movie. This is like probably the fourth or fifth movie that they do this. And they keep wanting to go this route. Like, man, you're going to take your company to bankrupt if you don't actually start having like some feedback from your people.
They're just ruining what we already have.
Yes.
And I guess that can also go with Toy Story. Like that should have been done.
Yeah, like once Andy was done, like why would you just keep making movies? Like, don't get me wrong, I love the movies, but in this last movie that they came out, it was done. Like, even Buzz went that way and Woody went this way.
Yeah.
So it's like,
The fourth, it was still passable.
Yeah,
we
but-
we can let that one slide.
yeah,
But another one.
they're gonna bring like fifth. Like, what exactly are you gonna bring? What other story are you gonna bring? Or if you're gonna bring keeping new stories, then just says Toy Story and blah 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 blah, just to make sure that it's in the same universe of Toy Story, but it's not the original Toy Story. You know what I'm saying?
Or if you want to bring something else, you can do it like not canon and make it like a TV series.
That would be a good idea too.
That would be a good idea.
Like, in the Toy Story world, and this is whatever.
Yeah.
And then you just go with that story in that stream, and then you just have new characters that are still in the same universe, but they're not Buzz Lightyear, they're not Woody, they're not all those.
My thinking is that since Disney is losing money right now, they want to bring something that they know it works.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so
that makes sense.
That makes sense. So they're probably like, hey, let's make another story for Toy Story, but we go again. That just ruins it.
And I mean, we will have to see what exactly that movie is going to be all about to say if it's going to ruin it or not. But I agree with you that that story should be done. And if you're trying to do something new with the same universe, then just like you mentioned, just, hey, from the Toy Story world, blah 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 blah, whatever the title is gonna be, and then just create a series or a new saga of movies, but with new set of characters in the same universe, but with a new set of characters. And that way, you're just like, yep, the toys of Andy are done. These are the toys of whatever
New
kid,
toys,
whatever. Yeah.
Because we know that in that universe, basically all the toys are alive.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I mean, whenever in Toy Story 3 they went to this little like nursery kind of like,
Yeah.
like childcare and stuff like that, all the toys there were alive.
And if we're going based by that, we should be thinking that there must be somewhere else where like
The toys are just like becoming alive, and it has a different story.
it has a different story. Yeah.
Yeah, so it could definitely be something that be like, hey, yeah, in the universe of Toy Story,
Same theme,
blah 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 blah,
different
whatever the
characters.
title is, and just keep moving
Same
forward
thing,
that way.
different characters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that way they can stop with Toy Story 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it's gonna be like Fast and the Furious. Jesus Christ, 10 movies later, and they still tell me a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, Toy Story needs to kind of like just like finish and then just move on with another
you
stuff.
heard about the Black Panther?
Yes, I heard about it. I haven't read too much into it. Based on what I heard, is mainly T'Challa, but from another universe. So I don't know how exactly that is gonna work out, because they made Shuri the main Black Panther, which is in the comics. That's how it is. So I don't know how they're gonna make it work with both of them at the same time. Because he's supposed to appear in Doomsday or right after Doomsday. So it's like, I don't know.
My guess is you know how like the Spider-Man movie of Tom Holland, where like the different dimensions start to come in. That's my guess where he's gonna come.
Oh, like he slipped into it,
Yeah,
like
he slipped into it. Yeah,
like from that. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be a good idea, and it actually makes sense.
it would make sense.
Yeah, because New York, where Spider-Man was, they ruptured. It ruptured reality, so it could be. And T'Challa was somebody that knew Spider-Man, because it was supposed to be whenever the rapture was, the people that were coming through is people that know Spider-Man. So it could be. I mean, it could make sense.
It could
If
make
they
sense.
write it correctly, I think it could make sense.
What about the Doom's entrance in Fantastic Four?
I liked it because it kind of left it in suspense. But I don't know where the story is going to go from there. I mean, we will have to see what Avengers Doomsday brings to the table.
You think we're gonna see the Fantastics on the Avengers movie?
As far as I'm tracking, yes. We're going to see them. We're going to see Falcon / Captain America. We're going to see the Thunderbolts or the new Avengers. We're going to see some of the characters of X-Men. As far as I'm tracking, is Cyclops, Professor X, Magneto, and there was somebody else.
Where isn't Deadpool part of that universe now?
Deadpool is part of that universe, but I don't know if Deadpool is coming up. And I don't know if Deadpool should be an Avengers movie though. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know about that.
It would be funny.
It would be hilarious, but I don't know if he should be in the Avengers movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah. And there was somebody else that was coming in, but yeah. But I know Ant-Man. I don't know if he's gonna make an appearance. But I know. The original Captain America is gonna show up. I don't know if it's gonna be for a cameo or if it's gonna be for a memory. But I know that Chris Evans is coming back as Captain America. I don't know exactly what the role is gonna be. If it's just gonna be a memory, if it's just gonna be a cameo, or if it's just gonna be like he's actually coming back as Captain America. Or it could be the Hydra version of Captain America. I don't know.
What I want from this movie is like, from all the things Marvel has messed up, like got us confused with, to fix on this movie.
Well, they didn't do it on purpose. Let me go on behalf of them. They didn't do it on purpose. The problem was actors were getting old and they were like tired of the character, and they're like, for example, Chris Hemsworth, he's gonna be going away from movies. So that is something. So I don't know how they're gonna finish Thor, but they have to finish him in order for us to do a transition, like the same way that RDJ did with Iron Man, right?
Right.
Ironheart, she's not gonna appear on this movie.
Good.
Because as far as I'm tracking, she's gonna have her own movie or her own series, something like that.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm still pissed about the why they chose that Ironheart over the Ironheart that it was the child of Tony Stark. But we'll see, because that Ironheart is still accurate with one of the versions of the comics. So
If it would have been her daughter, I would have been so happy.
well, that's kind of like the main Ironheart. That's where Ironheart came from, and then obviously became other versions. And for some reason, Marvel decided to go with one of the other versions of Ironheart. It's like I don't get it, but you know, I'm also not making the decisions, so it is what it is. So we just have to see it and see if it's a good interpretation or not. I'm pretty sure the actress, she's gonna be amazing. I mean, she's been doing a good job already. But we'll see where the story takes that character and see if it's worth watching or not. But yeah, I mean, that would have been my choice. That would have been where I would have gone with, having, you know, his daughter continue that legacy of Tony Stark. But they went with another route, which is kind of weird. Because based on the times that has elapsed, Right now, she would have been a teenager, which is whenever she becomes Ironheart.
Well, how much years later you think is gonna start the movie?
I don't know. I don't know
Because I'm confused with the time right now.
the time frame.
Yeah.
So it should have been 5 years ahead right now. So everything that is happening is technically not 2026. It's basically happened in 2020. No, in 2031.
2031.
5 years ahead. Yes, because of the snap of Thanos.
Yeah, they waited 5 years.
Yeah, that was 5 years. So their timeline should have been 5 years ahead, because they fixed the people they lost for 5 years, but they didn't fix the time. They didn't fix it's like we're gonna go back 5 years. Like no, because Tony was very adamant that he did not want to go back in time, because then if he would have gone back in time, he would have lost his daughter.
True.
So he was very adamant that that's not what he wanted. He wanted just to recover what they lost, but he was adamant that need to keep what he found. And as far as we're tracking, based on the movie, that's what happened. So they should be 5 years ahead.
5 years ahead. And for this movie that's coming, how long do you think it's gonna be?
I don't know. I mean, Endgame was 3 hours, but
Can it go more than 3 hours in movie theater?
in a movie theater, yeah, Lord of the Rings is 4 hours long, bro.
I thought 3 hours was the max.
No,
No.
no. Lord of the Rings is there's one of the movie of Lord of the Rings is 4 hours long.
Dang.
Yeah. I don't know what the longest movie recorder is. I honestly don't know. But I know a lot of people lose attention after 2.5 hours. Unless they're like very engaged. Which if you watch Endgame, in the mark of 2.5 hours, that's when the big battle starts. So it kind of catches again the attention. So
Definitely, there's gonna be a lot of build up to this.
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of speculation like we're doing right now, because we don't honestly.
No.
They haven't given so much detail. They're giving teasers with clues and stuff like that, but there's not a true trailer. Like, hey, this is what you're gonna expect whenever that movie comes out. Like they haven't done that,
I would expect already a trailer.
especially if it's coming at the end of the year. Yes.
But
I also don't understand why we don't have a trailer for Spider-Man, because it's supposed to be releasing this summer. So where the hell is the trailer for Spider-Man?
I mean, the trailer is already made.
Yeah, but they haven't released it.
I don't know how long they're waiting for.
That's exactly my point. Where the hell is the trailer? Because if the trailer's already done, they're already wrapped up with recording on the movie. What are they waiting for us to be like, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that you're gonna be expecting, so I can be excited about the movie? I'm not excited about the movie because I don't know what to expect. I don't know what is gonna happen in this movie. I have no clue. I don't know who the villain is. I barely know that he has a new suit. Sadie Sink just confirmed that she's gonna be part of the movie.
Yeah.
So what exactly am I supposed to be expecting here?
They need to like give out something at least.
They need to give like at least how they doing with Avengers Doomsday. They're just giving teasers of like, hey, this might happen. There's a clue here. Find out what it is, and then
The only thing we know is like the movie's there.
Yeah,
That's the only thing we know.
The only thing that I know is that I'm gonna see Spider-Man this year.
Yes.
That's pretty much all I know about it. What to expect on the movie? How long it's gonna be? Who's gonna be there? Well, I know for a fact Tom Holland is gonna be there. That's about it.
No, Andrew Garfield's making an appearance.
We don't know. We don't know. Which is back to my point. I don't know what to expect from this movie. I don't know where they're gonna go with this story. I don't know anything about this movie other than the movie is there, and at some point I'm gonna watch it in the movie theater.
I don't know. Marvel lately has been really secretly about stuff.
Well, one is because of the leaks, and two is because whenever they were very public about what the story was gonna be, they had to change the whole phase. All like 90% of the stuff that they had planned for this phase is gone. They had to rescribe it because it just went bananas.
A lot of things has happened.
Yeah, a lot of things went south. So now what they're gonna do with the stories? Because there's a lot of like ending scenes and Easter eggs and villains that was coming out and all that stuff that they're in the limbo now. They're just in the air. That makes no sense because they're trying to make it sense with this new phase that they're gonna start now. So I don't know where the story is gonna go. But DC needs to start putting their foot down because, other than Superman, which it was a very decent movie. I don't know if you watched it.
I haven't.
The new Superman movie is pretty decent. But they need to put their foot down because they haven't done anything. They haven't done anything with characters and stuff like that. The Zack Snyder stuff that they were doing, complete garbage. Batman, Ben Affleck as Batman, garbage. Henry Cavill was a great Superman, but they scratched that. So it's like, what exactly are you gonna be doing? And then Cyborg's story just
They're not sticking.
stayed in the air.
They're not sticking with someone.
No, and then the Wonder Woman story just in the air. There's from where to grab, you know what I'm saying? But they're not doing anything about it. They're not doing anything with those characters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what exactly are you trying to do? You're supposed to be making movies and making stories, and yet you're not. Like, what exactly are you doing with your time? The story of like Robert Pattinson, they did the Penguin series, and there's that. So what exactly are we doing, DC? Like, what exactly are you trying to tell us?
Maybe they want to make you wait.
Oh, they're making me wait.
They're gonna make you wait, and then out of nowhere they're gonna drop this movie. And then
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen, honestly. Because
Marvel right now.
Marvel has been cooking for years.
Yeah.
It's DC that they need to be like stepping their game, and they were cooking on the series that they were doing, like the Arrow, the Arrowverse, you know, Arrow, Flash. They were cooking theirs, Supergirl, you know, but they finished all of those. So
I haven't seen a single ad about DC.
that's so you're proving my point.
I haven't seen a single ad of DC.
You're proving my point. It's like, what are they doing with their time and money?
Yeah.
Because it's definitely not making more movies, and it's definitely not making more series. So what exactly are they doing?
Maybe they just want to stop.
Yeah, if they stop, they're going in bankruptcy. Like that's literally their bread and butter. They are coming with new comics, but comics are not that popular, unfortunately. I wish they were, because they're awesome.
Yeah.
But they're not. I don't know what they're waiting for. But I know you didn't watch it, but I did, and it was fantastic. The ending of Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. Brother. Stranger Things, it was fantastic. There was one disappointing part about it, which I'm going to spoil it to you. So spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Okay, we get
If
it.
you haven't watched it, go watch it and then finish this video. I didn't like the part that 11 died.
11 died.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
11 died.
Oh no! So
And
sad.
a way for them to cope is that they faked with her sister her death just so the army thought that she was dead, so she could have a life very far away from them. However, the part that doesn't make sense is that how could the sister faked her death if she was still in the lab, and before the storm started, the lab had to blow up. So she would have been dead, so she couldn't fake nothing. So she in reality did die. So that's the only part that I hated, is that her, 11, and Mike didn't get their happy ending. Everybody else did a very, good happy ending, or at least close of a chapter. But
I heard.
her she died, and then he was just left open with an open wound.
I heard there was like a secret ending or something like that.
No, that was a whole fake.
Fake. Oh,
That was
right.
100% fake.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was supposed to be releasing last week, I believe, in January 5th or January 7th. Oh, the secret ending is gonna launch in January 7th, brother. I've been looking for that secret ending. There's nothing, so it's 100% fake. And a lot of people faked it, or they believed that it was fake because they didn't like the fact that 11 died, and I didn't like the fact that 11 died just because I've been following this character, and all of a sudden she's dead. And it's like, man, I wish. It's not a bad thing, but what I'm saying is that
But was it a good ending though?
it was a good ending. Yeah.
Right.
They ended it good. I'm not saying that it's a bad ending. It's just that we were left with that little, like ache in the heart of like, man,
11 died.
she didn't get her happy ending. She was never free. She
Ever since she was born, she's been.
she was an experiment,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, she died as experiment.
Yeah.
She was so close to be free, and they were like, "Yep." And realistically, she will never be free. Even if she leaves to another country, she will never be free. She will be followed because of who she is and her powers and all that stuff. So if the Americans wasn't following her, whatever government, like the Russians were going to follow her, whatever other government was going to follow her. So she was never going to be free. She was always going to be on the run. So they decided that it was better just to kill her.
I heard that a character aside from 11 got powers on Stranger Things.
I mean, there was 11 kids, hence her name, 11.
No.
But they all they
No,
all died.
from the friend group that they had. Someone else had powers, but I don't know who.
Will got powers.
Will?
Yeah, but he was piggy banked because of his connection with Vecna. Whenever Henry died, he no longer had powers.
Oh.
He was piggy banking of Vecna or Henry, whatever you want to call him. So once he died, because he got his head chopped off, once he died, he had no connection to the hive mind anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So there goes the powers.
What about the end of Vecna? What do you think about it?
I liked it because it was gruesome, and he deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't like the fact that it was too short.
Too short?
This was the big boss battle and all that stuff. And even though that there was some complications, they finished him quite fast. Like, there was not a huge fight and twists and plots and all that stuff.
You thought it should have been like a bigger fighting scene?
Yeah, it should have been definitely like bigger or at least longer. Like, there was not a lot of sequence. Like, they literally encounter this thing. They take it to the little canyon thing after Nancy was shooting the hell out of it. And then they got into the cliff. And they just started throwing fire at it.
Did it feel
then 11 came in, ripped the freaking chest open. Vecna was inside, ripped her out.
Did it feel like the fight of Senetsu?
Yeah,
That
pretty
was
much.
that fast?
Pretty much, yes,
Yeah.
yes. But at least Zenitsu's fight was epic. You know, like it was.
Yeah.
It was like there was a lot of like emotion building into it, and it was built up from before. This one was like this is this new humongous monster that Vecna is inside controlling everything.
And they do like 1, 2, 3 moves and bam. And
yeah, and then 4 moves are ripped off the chest. Vecna gets ripped. They push him back and forth, and then they just impaled him. And then whenever the thing falls down to the ground, they go in and chop Vecna's head off, and there's that. That's the huge, big battle.
Definitely been longer.
Yeah, that battle at least should have been longer. Yeah. Then once that is done, then the new episode would have been like the different endings, and that would have been fine.
And apparently, this is actually the end of Stranger Things. There's not going to be another season.
If they come something with Stranger Things, it's not going to be the same set of characters.
Yeah.
It will be in Holly's perspective. But I don't know. I honestly don't think that there's a whole lot more story to tell unless they want to be like, yup, it's a lie. They lied to us, and this is the true story behind it, and then just go that route.
I'm scared that they continue it, and it gets ruined.
And that's what the Duffers brothers are trying to avoid.
Yeah.
It's just like try to elongate it and then just ruin what it made it so special. Because unfortunately, whenever you're a writer, that is something that you have to realize is that whenever you're telling a story, you want to tell it and tell it and tell it and just keep telling that story. That then at some point you just ruin everything that it was special about it. And then you just know, you need to know when to call it quits. Be like, yep, this is the ending. If I tell another story, it will be with another character.
Yeah.
And then you just move forward. But yeah, so that's why. But they did leave on purpose, and they did say that in an interview, that they did leave it a little bit open. There's still a door that if they want to go, like in 10 years, they're out of money and they need to reopen the story,
Yeah.
that they have something to write on. But yeah.
Or just start brand new stories. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
They're great. They're great writers.
Yeah,
great
Stranger
writers.
Things was great.
I'm sure they could come up with something greater.
I mean, I'm assuming, but yeah, but they're that's what they said. Like if they need to piggy bank 10 years down the line because they're out of money and they want to reopen Stranger Things, that there's a little door that they can open on like, hey, it's not over.
And I think every single series does it. They always leave like a little door open.
Not every series. Like for example, Toy Story, that door was closed. They just opened the basement. Like there was literally no more to tell, and then just like, you know what? Let's just take these characters and take them away from anybody else's. Like, no, dude, like the story was done. I already closed that chapter. I already cried for that chapter. Why are you reopening my wound? Mm-hmm. So yeah.
I'm not really into Avatar. What about you?
I'm not huge into it. I watched the original Avatar, and then I watched the water people thing. So I haven't seen this one that is in the movie theater yet.
Same here. But what I think it should have been done in the first movie. That's my opinion.
What it makes no sense to me is that whenever he became the big chief, that like Thermac 2 or whatever the hell is called, he went to ask for help for all the different tribes, and all these tribes helped him. Then where is this people coming from if this is the part of the other tribes? So that's the part that I don't make sense to me.
Any more explanation?
Not more explanation, is that they're just, the first movie was already completed.
Yeah.
Like there was literally no reason for you to opening other tribes. It would have been fine if it was like how the second movie was, like, hey, the humans are still here.
it's still a good movie. It's still fun to watch,
but
but
the story makes no
the
sense.
story makes no sense. Yeah.
Yeah, the story makes no sense. And so I'm not invested on it. Whenever they bring it up to the streaming services, I'll watch it then. I'm not paying.
It's not something that you're gonna go to the movie.
No,
No.
no, I'm not paying for that. So a little bit ago for the holidays, I went to Puerto Rico with my wife, and brother, I ate like a pig. I was eating food left and right, delicious food. Obviously, we spend time with my wife's family and stuff, and her friends and all that stuff. So it was very good. There was a lot of things that I didn't get to do because we decided to go more to like, you know what, let's just spend more time with the family and make sure that we have a good time with them. But we still had a good time. We went to this place that is called Sector 66. Brother, they have a huge, like a real life size bumblebee outside of the mall, of the entrance. Optimus Prime was the same size, but realistically, if Optimus Prime was real, it would have been bigger. But yeah, like they literally had a humongous bumblebee in the entrance, and they have the Ghost Rider motorcycle inside, and they had other stuff, and the attractions were very very cool. I think I paid $100, and I got about 750 credits for me to just blow. I think I still have some in my wallet.
Yeah.
Like in the card that they give you to for you to swipe. I still think that I have like about 300 credits because I didn't use them all. And I went twice. One with my brother-in-law and one with my wife. And we did, and they have a section that is specifically just for VR. So they have different games in VR, and then they have like a monster truck, and then you put VR on. You're sitting in the monster truck, and then you put the VR on, and then you go like if you're actually off-roading, and the thing moves like if you're actually off-roading and bumps and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. And then they have an indoor track, like huge tracks, like actually go-kart track. And it's super cool. Although the go-karts, you have to pay them on the side, and it's quite expensive. So me and my wife, we were like, yeah, we're not doing this. Maybe if we come back, we will.
How was the food?
Brother, fantastic. I will go back just for the food. I mean, I grew up there, so it played a lot of the memories.
You brought me some candies.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I did brought you some lollipops over there. Brother, the bakeries over there in Puerto Rico, they're like the bakeries here in Fort Wayne are like okay, but the bakeries in Puerto Rico, oh my God, I was eating sandwiches every day of how good they were. Man, and I eat Chinese food over there. The best Chinese food is made in Puerto Rico, brother. And a lot of people are gonna be like, Chinese food in Puerto Rico? It's like, yes, because there was a lot of Chinese people that went to Puerto Rico, and then they combined their flavor and their know for cuisine with our flavor.
Wouldn't the best Chinese restaurant be in China?
I don't know. I haven't been to China. But the Chinese food in Puerto Rico that I tested, the best one that I tested, this guy tasted, has been in Puerto Rico. And it's fantastic.
How was the weather when you were there? Was it cold?
Hot.
Hot?
Hot.
It was during Christmas.
But it was 80 degrees most of the days. That's our summer over here.
Here it was snowing.
I know.
And you were over there.
I was over there like in shorts, flip-flops, and tank top because I was sweating everything. There was no part of my body that was not suffocating. It was horrible. The weather, I was like, oh my God, I can't. But since I don't like the beach, a lot of people be like, then go to the beach. That's why you go. Like, yeah, but I don't like it. Because it makes you sticky.
It makes it sticky. Yeah, I do like the beach, but that's a downside I really like. But
for me, it's the sand. I can't stand the sand on the
For me, it's the heat. I can't stand it.
Well, heat is everywhere. Like
I know, but it's like hitting you like straight on.
Yeah. I did go to Puerto Rican buffet, which is in the Bay Area.
You can't eat no seafood, so.
Yeah, but they have more stuff than only seafood, bro.
I mean, isn't like Puerto Rico known for the seafood?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really. We do have dishes with seafood, but it's mainly Puerto Rican food is mainly known for because all of our foods have some type of bananas, plantains, or root vegetable.
Banana.
Yeah, like we had a dish that is called guineos en escabeche, and it's green banana, so it has no sweetness to it. Green banana with onions, black pepper, oil, and vinegar. And some other people add other stuff, but that's kind of like the main stuff. Uh, and brother, that is delicious. That is a side dish, but it's one of the dishes. Arroz manposteado, like that's delicious. Which is white rice mixed with the stew of the beans that we do, and then you put fresh onions and peppers, and some people put meats on it as well. Brother, it's fantastic. Brother, there's so much food. Alcapurrias, oh my god, the alcapurrias are delicious. That's the bananas, and they have some root vegetable yautía
Right.
mushed together, kind of like to make like a paste type of deal. And then you put whatever meat you want, normally ground beef, or you put like crab meat. And then you just sealed it, right? Like it makes like almost like a little taquito. And then you just deep fry it.
Deep fried.
Until it's brown and crispy. And then it's soft and texture in the inside with the meat. And then it's crispy on the outside. And that's one of my favorite street food that you can eat. It's amazing. And then you put some hot sauce on it. Boy.
So Puerto Rico food is straight up street food?
There's a lot of street food because you have pinchos, you have bacalaitos, you have sorullos, you have... so there's a lot of street food.
Because I heard you talked in saying that basically what you eat at a house is what you eat outside.
Yeah, a lot of the things that you eat on the street and like on the beach is the same thing that you will cook in your house, depending on what it is. But yeah, it's like if you go to a restaurant, it's gonna be very similar to the food that you prepare at home. It's like, for example, if you go to a Mexican place and you grew up in Mexico, guess what? The same thing that you eat in a restaurant is the same thing that your mama or abuelita was, cooking you for breakfast. It's the same kind of deal. And I think a lot of Hispanic cultures is pretty much like that. It's like the same thing that you will grow up cooking in your house or eating in your house is the same thing that if you go to a restaurant specifically for that culture is the same food that you're gonna find on the table.
Yeah.
So that was great, and yeah, I loved it. I can't wait to go back just because of the food. Obviously to visit my wife's family, but more because of the food.
Yeah.
And my mother-in-law made me some salami soup. We call it sopa de salchichon. And brother, oh my god, that hit the spot right there. And it has chicken, and it had noodles and potatoes and plantains and ham, and it's like, brother, it was delicious. Oh, you mean el pastelón? Pastelón, yeah. Pastelón is did she tell you what pastelón was?
Nah.
So pastelón is like imagine a lasagna, but instead of having the pasta, the lasagna pasta, is sweet plantains. So you have the different layers, and it's cooked pretty much similar to a lasagna, but it doesn't have the marinara sauce. So you don't have marinara sauce, but you do have cheese, you do have spices and all stuff, and you can put the garlic sauce if you want to. But most of the people, they just like it like that, just with the layers of the sweet plantain, because it's very savory. So you give a lot of flavor to the meat, and then the sweet plantain is a very strong flavor. So it actually combines like that sweet and salty kind of a flavor. My wife loves it, and it's a very traditional dish. We also have what is called piononos. So piononos is the very same thing. The difference is that the pionono, you have it on the top, you have it on the bottom, you have it surrounding it, and then you deep fry it. So instead of just cooking the sweet plantain and then just mush it together and then just serve it like that, you do that part, but then you deep fry it. And then piononos normally have like a surf and turf kind of a deal. Like, so you have the beef and you have the crab. Sometimes king crab, but mainly like local crab. Our local crab we call it hueyes. So that's the meat that they mix together.
I need to go to Puerto Rico whenever I can.
Yeah, I don't know what you're waiting for.
I gotta get my apps out in the beach. It's been a long time since I've been in the beach.
I mean, there's no beaches in Indiana. We have lakes.
We got lakes,
but that's about it.
Yeah, last time I went to a beach, it was in California.
Oh my god.
It was the worst experience ever.
I mean, it's California. What you expected?
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? It was also during Pride Month.
Oh my god.
I went there when it was during Pride Month.
Nope.
I got traumatized.
Oops, I bet.
I came traumatized. Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
So tell me about this video's book. I don't know what that book is.
It's a manga.
Okay.
So it's actually a deluxe. You know what's a deluxe? It brings like three mangas into one.
Okay.
So there's like 3 mangas right here.
Okay. Cool.
The name is Berserk,
Okay.
and
What is it about? I have no clue what it is.
well, it's about a character named Guts. He's like really, really, how can I say this? He's really berserk.
So he's what you're saying is that this guy you said guts.
His name is Guts. Yeah.
Okay. So he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay. What else?
Yeah. He don't cares about anything. He don't care about anything.
Okay.
So let's say if your family is dying right in front of you, he don't care.
So he has no feelings. That's what you're saying.
He does have feelings, but he's
But
really,
compassion is not one of them.
yeah, compassion is not one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, and if someone helps him out, he's gonna
He's gonna be like,
whenever the person is done helping him out,
it's like, yeah, I don't need you
I
anymore.
don't need you anymore. Yeah, he's the type of person. And I just started reading it. This is the first volume. There's 14 volumes of this.
14?
14. Yeah, same size.
Oh my god.
Right now, I got 3 of them. I just got done reading the first one, and let me tell you, the art, it's something else.
Okay.
Yeah, the art.
So for me, right, that I don't know. Oh, that's nice. Right. So for me, that I don't know anything about this series, these comics. I mean mangas.
let me tell you something. It's not for everyone.
Okay. So what is, if you said that it's not for everyone, right? But if it was for me, let's say that it's for me, what would be something that it will attract me to that manga or that story?
Well, something about the writer name is Kentaro Miura, and something that it brings a lot of people to this is that it does bring a lot of people to this because it's traumatizing. There's a lot of messed up things that happen here. I'm talking really, really messed up. Guts has a tragic backstory at a young age. So I don't know how maybe I could say this, but maybe I don't want to be like in a mean way about it. I don't want to mean about it, but stuff on this books are stuff that happened in real life, and I feel like
So it's very realistic. So a lot
really
of people
realistic.
can relate to it.
A lot of people can relate to it. They're messed up things though on it, so that's why I don't.
Does he overcomes it? Like is it like a underdog story? What exactly?
Like I said, I just started it. This is the first volume. I just got finished with it. I just got started with the second volume that gets into his backstory about it. Right here, we get introduced to Guts. He's like a swordsman.
Okay.
A swordsman. They call him the Black Swordsman. That's
Okay.
That's just like his nickname right now.
Okay.
And right now, I just got into his childhood story.
Okay.
And
that's where messed up things happen, and then you just
it doesn't get started there. It starts like in the beginning of the book too.
to explain the
Yeah.
his rough background and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a little elf. The name is Puck. It's like a little fairy, I guess. I can get a photo of Puck real quick. It's like a little elf right there. You see it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a fairy.
Yeah, fairy. I don't know. They call them elves. There. There's a fairy.
I mean, yeah, it's
don't know.
a mystical world.
It's
so
a mystical world. Yeah. I just got done with the volume 1. It's really messed up. It's not for anyone. And there's 14 volumes of this.
So why would I be attracted to a story that is messed up?
The artwork.
So the art is good, but what about the story? Is it engaging? Is it relatable? Like what about the story?
It's relatable. I feel like since there's a lot of bad things in here, there's a lot of bad things in real life too, and I feel like some people maybe they can connect to it and be like, I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really want to say it because it's weird to explain, but it's actually if you tell anyone what are the best mangas ever created, this is gonna be on the top 3. Berserk. This is always gonna be on the top 3. Plus, and it's first of all because of the art. For example, this dude Kentaro, he was making mangas when he was a child. His first manga came out when he was 10 years old. And the art on this, bro, it's just amazing. I love it personally, and I just started reading it, and I got really engaged on it. Yeah, there's some traumatizing things. You might get traumatized too from reading it. But Berserk, Volume 1. I got 2 more volumes, and after I get done, I have to go buy more, and they're not cheap. They're like $50.
Oh, I mean, you in their defense, you're buying 3 volumes in one.
Yeah,
So yeah, well, check it out.
that's Berserk. Yeah,
That's Berserk. So thank you for watching this video, and see you next time.
see you next time.